If your ink's too slow and your nib won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to see you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
Well, if we don't have the 1,000 people, we got the most important ones right here.
Yeah. Now, Jim, tell everybody he's sorry. He was going to make it, but he can't. He's really tired. And there's some things he wants to share with us. And I don't know if I was supposed to say anything, so I'll just let him wait till he comes on and share it. So leave it at
No
that.
problem. No problem.
But we got a lot going on this month. I'll go over it real quick. Then I'm going to give it to you, Tony. Troy, I got you on the 18th for the
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday for your inks. And then I got Mike Green, and this is one you don't want to miss. He's a new pen maker, and I've done a review on some of his pens, and Lisa will be on with us, and he's done a real darn good job of making fountain pens. Totally impressed. It'll blow you away. So Mike will be on, and we'll be doing some giveaways. We'll let you know when on the pens, and some more stuff with Mike. And then Richard Marr will be on our Tuesday on the 30th. He'll share his collection. Of course, Dante will be in New York at Rockefeller from the 1st to the 4th, and he will be there. Paniter opened a shop there, I believe, so he was real excited. He got in touch with me, so I told him I would do it for him. And of course, we got Leonardo on Sunday, and then
what's the date? What's that date, Larry, on for Salvatore?
The 5th on a Sunday at 4 p.
Perfect.
And then we have Paul that's going to be coming from Karis Custom Pens. Paul will be on on a Sunday the 2nd, I believe. Yeah. And let's see.
And when did you say Mike Green will be on?
Who?
When did you say Mike Green would be on?
Mike Green will be on the 24th.
He's 24. He's right down at the bottom of the screen, Larry.
Right down there.
How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing fine. Hello.
Great. We've heard so much about you, Mike. I'm excited to have you join us here on the Zoom.
So anyway, my head's not here right now. I've just been having a heck of a day.
Yeah. Hopefully Alan's okay.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't get killed.
Yeah,
for real. He's really lucky. Really
that's
lucky.
Awful.
And so we got Paul from Karis Custom that will be on January 2nd at 12 noon. And then in January, I haven't set a date or time yet. I can't pronounce the gentleman's name, but I'm going to have a left-hander talk about left-hand pens and writing. So I got that going on, and I'm tired. So Tony, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Larry, you know, I do so much talking, as you well know. I think everyone here knows that this doesn't ever stop. I try to, but it's the Italian in me. It's just the Italian in me, and I want to welcome on behalf
of
Larry.
hands waving, you know.
On behalf of Larry, I want to welcome all of you to this Zoom, and thank you for showing up here. I know it was kind of a late notice. I didn't send any notification out any earlier. And it's been a rough time. I've had a extremely stressful week or two at work, and my brain is kind of discombobulated, if that's a proper term. I know it's been busy for a lot of you all. Troy, you've just gone through that whole ordeal with the election, and I imagine you're finally getting some rest, hopefully, after all of that.
Yeah, well, it's over finally. Election season, yay.
Yeah. Well, I was supporting you. I wish I could have voted for you, to be honest with you. I wish I had that opportunity. I would have done it.
Hey, real quick, let me interrupt for a minute. We have Mike Green. For people that don't know, Mike Green is the new kid on the block. He's
Yeah.
been doing pins, custom pins for 6 months, and I'll give him a little bit of time to talk about that, but we're going to have him on soon.
Sure.
And Lisa, and be doing a whole show with Mike.
Now, Lisa, which Lisa you're referring to?
Colton.
Liz.
Liz, I mean, I call her
Liz.
Lisa.
Oh, okay. Colton right there. Yeah, there she is right there. And so maybe we would go around and introduce ourselves. I know most of us know each other, but for Mike's sake, and we might as well go around. I think you all know who I am. Frank, you want to?
Frank Overman from Arlington. I've been into pens for a few years again. Started back in 1976 and was out of it for a long time.
And thank you for all your hard work on these Zooms. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Troy, go ahead for those that may not know you, but we all do know you.
Sure. My name is Troy LaPlante. I'm from Selma, North Carolina, the booming metropolis thereof. Known Larry and some of these guys for a little while. And like Larry, I've got my own YouTube channel as well, fountainpenfanatic.com. That's where you can find me.
It's a very good YouTube channel, by the way. Lannis, you Canuck.
Yeah, I'm Lannis from Canada, probably the only Canadian on here.
Hey.
And I started collecting pins in the early 70s. Like some of you, got away from it for a number of years while I was raising children and then got back into it. My favorite, dare I say, are the birds. I love my flock.
Yep. That's very true. You do. Dan?
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, the wedding's coming up, isn't it?
Yes, it's just a few days.
Wow.
Yeah, our daughter flies in from Portland tomorrow, and I live in Girard, Illinois, which is south central Illinois, maybe an hour north of St. Louis, to give you a perspective of where we are. And yeah, she flies in tomorrow with her fiance, and we will be marrying them on Saturday here at our home.
All right, congratulations.
Outside, so we are praying for good weather. But I'm probably the newest newbie in the pin world here. I hit the ground running thanks to our dear friend Larry Barones, who is the biggest promoter of anything related to pins on the planet. He's got a knack for getting everybody involved with everybody. It's a gift he's got, and I'm one of the people that have been blessed to have run into him. And here I am. I have a fistful of pins. I love them to pieces. And Mike, I'm so glad you showed up today. I was on your site looking at some of your pins. You have some of the coolest colors I've seen, and I can't wait to hear what you got to say about them.
Thank you, Dan. Mike, it's your turn.
All right, Mike. All right.
Okay.
That's
All
it.
right. All right. My name is Mike Green. I live in Delano, Minnesota. So I'm pretty close to Canada, actually. I'm not.
Yes, you are.
That's just west of the Twin Cities, west of Minneapolis, about 40 miles, small town. And let's see, I'm trying to, okay, boy, my life story. Let's see, first, no. I think I discovered fountain pens when I was in like junior high. I just got a drugstore. I don't even know what it was. I think it was like just a Schaefer or something. It was a little cartridge fed one. And I used it for many years. And then I kind of fell off and went digital after college. And then about 4 years ago, started getting back into fountain pens, rediscovered them, and have been really having a good time with it. And I just kind of slipped into a friend of mine was talking about making pens and kept talking about it. And I finally said, he said, well, you should try it. And so I tried it. So now I've been doing fountain pens for, as Larry says, actually now it's 7 months now. We've gone another month. So I've been into it for all of 7 months now. And let's see, what else can I say about that?
Let me just show you one real quick. This is one gorgeous rider. It really is, folks.
Okay. And
I think the pen will speak for itself.
Right. Well, thank you. I've been, those are the kind of pens, the custom fountain pens are the kind of pens that I would like to write with myself. So I do really enjoy making those. I started out making kit pens, And I still kind of delve into that. In fact, here, I'll switch here. I just, if you can see these, I just finished these today.
Love you.
You know, and these are all various kinds of kit pens. I have a craft fair coming up in about a week. And so Christmas craft fair.
Very
So
pretty.
I'm going to be selling some of these with that, you know. Some very interesting things happen with the kit pens. Like here's like a steampunk kind of pen.
Mhm.
And Larry, you'll recognize the material in this one. That's that Tiger
Yep,
Eye Swirl
Tiger.
again.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it really is a very beautiful material. But anyway, so that's the kind of stuff I've been doing. I've been just kind of playing around with different kinds of pens and really having a good time with it. So
You do beautiful work, Mike. That
you.
blue pen on the very end, was that a fountain?
Well, here, I'll bring it back up again. It's another of those steampunk pens.
Uh-huh.
But yes, it's got a very beautiful material here.
Wow.
These are, I deal primarily with Alumilite, and these are blanks that are made by the pensmiths, and they do a very good job with their materials.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you never know what you're going to get when you turn these things down and see what's inside. The outside sometimes just a hint. But yes, this came out very good. Like I said, I just finished these today.
I love the hints of red in there.
Right, and there's some depth in there. I don't know how well it's showing up on the camera, but there's like depth and chatoyance. You can see it kind of shimmering as it turns. You know.
Mhm.
Very, very beautiful stuff. Oh, here's some of the, this is a Cosmic Dust, another really popular blank. Again, lots of shimmer, lots of depth. Of course, these are, like I said, these are the ones I just finished. Those are the kit pens. I have a bunch of, I do have a bunch of fountain pens. We'll go to the fountain pens. I know you're much more interested in those. And I have been playing around. I did I've been playing with ebonite lately. And so I did some ebonite. Here's an ebonite pen, blue and white. I can get it in the picture here. And
That's beautiful.
This one happens to have I'm not very coordinated with the camera here, is a Bach number 8 nib. And this one happens to be gold, you know.
Oh,
That's so I've kind of branched out into the higher end nibs as well. Up to this point, I've been doing everything with Bach and Jovo number 6s of various, whatever size nibs you want in that area. But I just got a couple of the Bach number 8s to play with, and so this is one of them. I have a titanium one also, but that one already got sold. It's gone.
Was it also number 8?
It was a number 8, the
Wow.
titanium number 8. Yeah. They also make, of course, they make gold number 6s and titanium number 6s.
Sure.
But, I just wanted to try these number 8 nibs just to see what they were like. They're built of course they're bigger and they have to be fitted to the pen slightly differently. But yeah. But this was my first play with ebonite as well. So
Beautiful.
How did you like doing it? Was it easy to work?
it was actually pretty easy to work. It has I made these 4 pens. They may be the only ones I ever make because my wife did not appreciate the way it smelled.
Oh.
It has sort of a burnt rubber smell when you're turning it and cutting it, because it is a rubber basically.
Yeah.
And so I did close off my office, my workspace, and had a window open and a fan going. Everybody in the house knew I was working on ebonite though. So. But now that she's actually seen one of these pens and written with it a little bit, maybe she'll come around to my way of thinking and let me make some more. But
I hope so, because that black and red ebonite that you had was absolutely gorgeous, and I see it sold already, unfortunately.
yes, that one had the titanium nib on it, and it got bought up right away. That with the black and red was a very pretty pen.
Yes, yeah, I had mine on it too. Gone.
Well,
But he may make another one now, Troy. He may make another.
Oh yeah, I can always make more, and the good news about this one here, not this particular pen, but the nib, is that right after I assembled it. This was the first number 8 pen that I put together, the section here. And I had no sooner put it together just like this, and I dropped it. So the nib got bent, and I sent it off to Pen Realm to get repaired. But now I'm kind of going, well, since it's been bent and repaired, I can't sell it, so I have to keep this one, right?
Oh,
You know?
just have to.
I have to. It'd be immoral to sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was kind of good news.
And I know those number 8 titanium nibs, as I recall, only Bach makes them, and they retail for about $150 when I bought one from Sean Newton. So I know that they're not cheap either, but they perform great.
Yeah, I had it. I ran one cycle of ink through it. I like to at least try pens, you know, when I make them. And I like the titanium nib. They also say it's sort of a semi-flex, Bach does anyway. I didn't try flexing it because I'm not very good at that kind of thing, and I didn't want to wreck the nib. But it was a fine nib, and it wrote very nicely.
They have a little bit more a little bit of feedback to them, do they not? They're not as, you know, and that's kind of the way I like nibs anyway, but as titanium, they're not as smooth or glassy smooth like a iridium or gold.
Yeah,
I have titanium, and for me, it's not scratchy. It's smooth.
No, I wasn't meaning scratchy, Larry. I meant just feedback, like a pencil style feedback.
No, I don't get that.
That's too bad.
I didn't have a huge amount with mine either.
$800.
Yeah, the one I had was smooth. It didn't have much feedback, but it definitely had a different feel to it. It felt like a little, maybe slightly stiffer kind of. I'm not saying it very well, but it did have you could definitely tell, at least even to my numb fingers, if you will, that it was not a steel nib. I could definitely see that or feel that, you know, and not a gold nib. So I could definitely feel that it was a different material.
Right.
But yeah.
So you have some titanium?
Yeah, like I've got that titanium number 8 nib right there on, this is a Sean Newton Shinobi. And I actually named it Obi-Wan. So it's my Obi-Wan Shinobi. So I paid for the upgrade. It was like an extra $150 to get that nib, but it was neat because it was I'd never had a titanium nib, much less something like in a number 8. You know, I was familiar with larger nibs, but I didn't get a chance to experience a Bach number 8 before. But that was worth it, and it jacked up the price of the pen, but it was still kind of neat in order to get something, and it writes great. So it's kind of hard to go wrong with those titanium Bach nibs.
So how does a number 8 compare to the fine, medium, broad kinds of things?
Well, this one here, I asked for a medium. You know, when Sean asked me how I want, do I want fine, medium, broad, or extra fine, whatever, I said, you know, I'm pretty boring. I don't want anything special. I just want a very boring, very smooth, buttery smooth titanium medium nib. And he said, yeah, that's kind of what I like too. So he made sure it was good and smooth. So it writes just like any other medium nib would, just nice and smooth. But it's definitely big in the hand too. So it's you definitely feel the difference. If you've written like with a Mont Blanc 149, and you know that the bigger nib and how that feels different than like your normal number 6 steel Yovo nib. You know, it's definitely a different feel to it because of the size of the nib, and you can tell that with the number 8 titanium too.
This is a number 8 and a number 6 next to each other in Bach. So you can see the number 8's bigger.
Yeah.
That's nice. That is, yeah, you can see a big difference. That's great.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you showing those. That, and we're all looking forward to you know, seeing your Zoom with Larry and going over
Yeah, it'll be coming up soon.
Yeah. Rhonda, we didn't get a chance to say hi to you. Why don't you tell us
Hello.
where you're from, Chico?
Yep. We're actually dealing with cold, wet weather.
In California?
Yeah, we've had fog for 5 days.
Oh,
I haven't seen fog in years.
No
So my
fires
pens are not,
happening there, eh, Rhonda?
yeah, my pens are not happy with it.
Yeah, the humidity does have an effect on pens drying and the ink and all of that, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's nice.
Yeah. Well,
Rhonda,
that's
I got your letter today.
Cool.
Yep. And it's good. Yeah, I think yours is on the way to you if you haven't already received it,
Actually,
Rhonda.
I got it yesterday.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. I'm happy you got it. Mr. McCarty, Mr. James McCarty, Dr. McCarty is in the house. It's good to see you. It's been quite a while since we've seen you last.
Yeah, it's good to be here. I'm Jay McCarty. I am in Fort Worth with Larry, and I got introduced to fountain pens in grade school, third or fourth grade. Schaefer's, the standard Schaefer cartridge school pen. My dad did some work for a Schaefer authorized dealer who was a jeweler. And so I got fascinated with Schaefer's pens, especially the snorkels that came out in the late 50s, early 60s. I had been collecting, I guess, since the late 60s. Sometimes more frantically than others, but we just had somebody move to town who wanted to come and see my collection, and it kind of brought home to me how many pens I have accumulated over the years. It's just an incredible amount of stuff. But it's been a lot of fun, and I enjoy all the people that I've met through this hobby, and it's been a great thing. I don't get a chance to write very much anymore because at my work everything is computerized now, but I still like to play with them.
Do you have your pens all cataloged, listed on what you've
No,
got?
I don't. I need to do that. That's a task that I've been reserving for retirement. I'm not sure retirement is ever going to come.
Yeah.
Right now I'm laid up. I injured myself in the fall last December, and have been laid up all year, and I'm going to have a hip replacement at the end of next month. But after that, they tell me I'm going to be good as new. So
Good.
but I know I need to catalog these pens because I don't want my wife selling them for what I told her I paid for them.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I've come to the same conclusion. I've got what I did was, and I don't know about the rest of you all, and I don't want to miss out on the rest of the people. I want to bring that up because we're talking about it right now. But cataloging your pens, I know that, I've got 6 children, and a few of them have come and said, that's mine, and that's going to be mine. And maybe they know something I don't know. But I did catalog them all, write them down. But I want to, you can do, I guess, Troy, you might know better, or someone that's really good with technology, to do maybe like a Microsoft PowerPoint where you could take a picture of the pen, write down what you paid for it, and so this way, unfortunately, when we're not here, they would know, well, this pen really is, instead of saying, well, who are we going to take these to, or like you said, sell them for what they think they're worth, $5-10,
Yeah.
I can tell you that I've got all mine in a spreadsheet.
Right.
and you can customize spreadsheets to however you want. I will tell you that Figboot on Pens had one particular video where he's a data analyst and he's really
Right.
good at doing spreadsheets because he does it for a living.
Right.
And he put one up on Google Docs that anybody can download and save.
Right.
I outgrew his spreadsheet. So,
Wow.
you know, he only had, and he's got it set up for EDC. So you got only 100 pens you can stick in that show up in that list. Well, I've gone well beyond that. And as far as inks, cataloging inks, I'm well beyond that too. So, but I used his spreadsheet in order to build my own. So I kind of took it, cannibalized it, and made my own. Then I added a lot of tabs to mine as well. So I've got reference pages in my spreadsheet for, let's say one of them is for all the Esterbrook nibs, what those numbers are, what kind of nib it is. I did the same thing for a wish list. I did the same thing for looking at all the cartridges and converters that are compatible with different manufacturers, whether they are standard international or whether they're proprietary. So you can add and customize to your heart's content. And if you want, in the chat, I'll try to pull up the video because I saved it in a text document because I get people ask me all the time, how can I find a spreadsheet? And I send them to Figboot's video and he has in that video description a link to that spreadsheet.
Cool. Question, Troy. My question, and that's wonderful because it does give a description of the pen, but a visual a description,
Right.
like a picture, because my kids, if I told them my waterman or a Twisby, they would have no idea
Right.
what that's, so they would have to actually physically see a picture of that pen.
Yeah, and I'm sure you could do that. But I'll be honest with you, I would have to have like a 500 slide PowerPoint. So.
Oh my gosh. So I'm not the only one that's got this disease. Good enough. Thank you, Troy. Tina.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. How are you guys
come-
tonight?
Good.
Tina,
Good.
how come you're a she, her?
This is for work. I have to put my pronouns. So I'm using my laptop, and for that Zoom login, I have to put my pronouns for the agency that I work for.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask.
Wow.
Okay.
Very progressive.
Mm.
So it was sent down from up above, and that's why it's there.
Okay. Well, where are you from, Tina? I know where you're from.
Well, technically, I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia, because that's where I was born. I was born at the Naval Hospital there. But my parents brought me back to Elgin, Illinois, South Elgin, Illinois, where I grew up. And I now live in Bensonville, which is right next to O'Hare Airport. If you now live in O'Hare, you've probably flown over my house.
Mhm.
Okay. I've been using Fountain's pen since about age 6. I have the pen that I got to use when I was 6. And some of you guys have seen it already, but it's my grandfather's Schaefer Balance, circa 1930, in the red carnelian. So I just had it restored. It writes wonderfully. It has the matching pencil, and it has his name engraved on it.
Who did your
Carried
restoration?
it all through World War II.
Tina, who did your restoration on that?
Your friend Tony.
Cheryl.
Cheryl, yeah.
Yes.
So, and I may have somebody to recommend to her. I have to text her and see if that's okay. Because one of my friends in another group was interested. So, but I've used them since about age 6. I've had cheap plastic ones that they used to sell at Venture way back when, and Walmart when they used to sell, the colorful, cute ones that everybody carried. I wish I had some of those still, because they had really great nibs on them. But I've been collecting ever since, pretty much. I have rotary art pens that I've had since the 80s. I've got my Phileas from the 80s that my grandparents gave me. All kinds of Parkers. vectors that I use all the time. I've taught my students to use them because I'm a special ed teacher, and they like writing with them because they don't have to push. They don't have to put pressure on it. It's not hard. So that's what I've been doing. Yeah, I actually, you were talking about cataloging pens. Well, I pulled out my new list. I made a currently inked list in the back of my Clairefontaine. I finally cracked it. I've had it for about 3 years and hadn't used it. So there are 6 pages basically that have the pen, the ink that's in it, and if it's like one that I won on Facebook, or if I was given it by somebody, I made a note there just in case for the time being until I find a better system. So.
Well, that's great. That's wonderful. That, yeah, I think it's important because for us people that ink up more than a couple pens, in my case, 27, and I do I mean, that they get used within a day or two of each other, but I have to write down what inks I've got. I've got to log it or else I'll forget what ink's in there. So
I have 96 inked right now.
How many?
96.
Wow.
You
Yes,
win!
Wow.
You win!
He posted
Beat
it
it
on
with.
Facebook.
Wow.
That's just way too
Well,
many.
I'm working from home last week
Okay.
and this week, so I have them in their holders here, and so they're convenient. I can grab them. I'm doing
Okay.
colorful notes, keeping myself entertained while I'm working on paperwork and lesson plans. So
Well, you're my
yeah,
hero,
I'm
Tina.
in the computer.
You're my hero. Hey, Drea's in the house. I know she's probably at work and can't get on video, but it's good to see you here, Drea. Oh, there she is. Hey.
Hey.
She's in outer space. She's at the space station there.
She's on top of the world.
That's it. That's it.
I always have something funky happening with this. How are you guys?
Very good.
Wow.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Drea. I am living in Florida right now. Some of you are my pen friends. And I started with fountain pens the end of 2019, right before COVID. And my collection went from 0 to like 100 during COVID, because there were a lot of sales and really good sales. So I picked up a bunch. Shamefully, that's what I did with my stimulus checks. So yeah, that's me. And I just picked up a Jinhao Century, which is the complete ripoff of the Parker for work. Can you see it? Hold on. Can you see it?
Oh, yes.
Look,
Yes.
look alike.
It's like a Parker dual fold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a complete ripoff of it. And it's a Jinhao. I got it from like $20 on Amazon so that if I lose it at work or something happens to it, I won't cry and be upset about it. But it has that really unhappy smell. So it might be celluloid, I don't know, or something close to it, because the smell is ugh. And but it writes lovely.
Yeah,
And
I have one.
and it,
Yeah, I like
and
it.
it feels really good in your hand. So I might end up carrying if something happens to it. So,
Well, at least you
I
can
might-
replace it easily.
yeah, I might end up
Wow.
carrying if something happens to it, because it's really nice. So that I bought that for work, but yeah, that's me. How are all you doing? And I have a whole bunch of dogs that are
Oh, we
messing
need
up stuff
pictures of
as we
them.
speak. As we
And
speak, they're
I
messing up
see
stuff.
we've just added another Canadian to the list here. Samantha, say hello and
Hi.
introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sam. It's nice seeing some people I write to here. Yeah, I like fountain pens, and I guess that's kind of it.
That's it.
I did find, as some of you have in my I have a huge stack of letters to get into the mail.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Wow.
That's
I've
like
been-
a Tony.
Yeah, I've been working from home.
Oh, really?
That's
You're
what
not
we do.
commuting anymore, are you?
That's what us Canadians do. We work from home.
Yeah, well, I usually commute like a lot, but we've just come off of a huge streak of rain here. And we've had a lot of flooding, and the only highway from where I live to where I work is completely closed because of a mudslide. So,
Yeah, there's some incredible pictures of the mudslides in BC there,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
Wow.
so I've been working from home because I can't actually physically get to the office. So,
Has your boyfriend stolen any more of your pens? That's all I need to ask.
no, he hasn't. He's been staying in line. So that's been good. I did recently get a really cool pen from an antique store. It's a silver 1910 dip pen.
Nice.
Nice.
So I haven't actually done anything with it yet, except stare at it. So I'm hoping to test it later this week or tonight if I feel up to it. But yeah,
Beautiful.
it's got some really pretty detail. I don't
Filigree.
know how to
Looks
make the
like it's
camera
got-
focus.
Looks like some filigree in there.
Yeah, so it's really pretty. So that was a really good find. And that's kind of, well, that's new pen-wise for me.
Well, we appreciate you showing up, Sam.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, it's all
totally
fine.
forgot.
I expect to see you riding on a bus when we do these.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I totally
when
forgot.
it started, when I first logged in.
Mhm.
Pardon?
I was in the car when it first started, when I first
Oh,
logged in.
yeah.
I was dropping my son off back
Yeah,
at
you
high
can
school.
join the commute club.
Last but not least, Liz is at the bottom there, and there she is. I know you're at work, correct, Liz?
I am. That's why I'm in incognito here. Yeah. So
What
I'm
state is
from.
Cognito? I'm not sure.
Well, I'm in Washington State.
Mhm.
Beautiful Washington State. We actually had sunshine today after about 6 months of rain. Let's see. I've been using fountain pens since the early 1970s, like Lannis. And I use an Excel spreadsheet to do all my pens and inks and stuff. Since you guys are talking about that, but that's really all I have.
Wait,
Easy
wait,
peasy.
wait, stop, hold on, that's more. She has 2 doggies. One of them was on oxygen for a while. And then she takes care of animals of all kinds, sizes. I mean, mooses, elks, turtles, sharks, piranha, whatever. Yeah, deer.
Is that right, Liz?
Yeah.
Well, I belong to the I'm a volunteer for the wildlife rescue. So I was doing that. I've been doing that since high school days. So it's been a long time. But yeah, no, we just do wildlife. When animals get injured, people call in, and I work with very closely with a vet nearby who does that. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
I
wonderful.
talk about it with Larry all the time.
Yeah, that's what we talk about, animals. Yeah. And then I talk to Troy a lot about slime dog. So yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, and I want to say hi to my
dog. Yeah. So.
What was that, Liz? Go, Liz?
I just wanted to say hi to Mike.
Oh, I had a mic. Oh, there he is. Yeah.
I have Mike. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Lee. Talk to Mike.
Oh no, I just want to say hi.
We'll be talking to him soon, Lee.
Yes, we will. I look forward to that.
We will, won't we? Yes, we will. And what a show it's going to be.
Yes, it will.
Well, Liz, will you be at work during that particular one, or will we be able to see you?
No, actually, I'm in a video with Larry where you can actually see me.
Oh, great.
No, I'll be on video that day. I'm actually off that day.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of acts like Batgirl, where you can't really see her,
Hey, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate Larry on your top 3 pen series. Now, I just got a chance to do one with Larry. I took 9 pens to my top 3, so it wasn't really fair. But I saw Troy has done his top 3. I think Doc, did Doc do his as well? Dan as well. I just want to thank you, because that's been a lot of fun, and it's fun to see some of my pen pals, my friends here, that to see what pens were important to them, and it's really nice that they get to share something we don't normally get to share on this Zoom. So you did a great job on that, Larry.
And
Yeah,
I'm still
you
doing
did.
it. There's just a lot of people to cover, just a lot of stuff's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
People
real
have
quick,
some-
I want to ask Troy a question. I was looking at one of your pictures the other day, Troy, and first of all, I didn't know you had a brother. And when I was looking at your brother, I was saying, dang, that's Troy Jr. Look just like Troy. His brother looks, just like each other, Troy.
Yeah, well, actually, I've got, I had 4 brothers. One of them passed away about 12 years ago. But yeah, I've got a younger brother who still lives up in New Hampshire.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that was amazing. When I was looking, I said, wow, look at this. Troy's twin. That blew me away. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
back to you, Mr. Frank.
I was going to ask us if you all have seen recent news about the Tomoe River paper. Have you any of you seen? I guess the company that purchased the rights to it is claiming that they're going to reissue the paper. They're going to come out with a paper. It's going to be very similar to the original, but I'm not sure how close it'll be to it. At the Tokyo Pen Show, and I should have had that link, but at the Tokyo Pen Show, they had demonstrated the paper that they're going to start manufacturing. Maybe called something different, but lately I've been using a paper called Cosmo Air Light. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that paper, but it is about as good a paper as I've ever written on to show properties of ink. It's really great.
Cosmo Light in there.
Where have you been buying it, Tony?
Tony, in the article I was reading, they were calling it Tomoe River's successor right now.
I saw that. Yeah, successor.
It's in that bag, I think.
I think in Rhonda, I might have used that Cosmo Air Light in your letter.
Yeah,
but
you talked about it.
Yeah, it really shows the shading of the ink properties incredibly well. I bought mine from a place called Shigura Ink, and I might be able to look that up and post that. But you can buy it through them or through Yaseka Stationery.
Vanessa carries it too.
Who's that?
Van Ness.
Yeah, Van Ness as well. It's not really inexpensive paper, but it's really good. It's really good. I'm enjoying it a lot. It will cause your nib grade to go a little bit bigger because it absorbs that ink. It's much more absorbent. But it doesn't feather and it doesn't bleed. I've used Bay State Blue on it, and it does not. It won't even ghost. So it's really good paper. So I just thought I'd bring that up.
Real quick, and I'm fixing to do reviews on these pretty soon. Lena from Pen Boutique, she has her own line of pen cases, and I've done some already. And these are some of the newest ones that have come out. And I think they're really awesome and they're affordable. Come in just like a velour bag. This one does right here. And I don't know what I did with the other one. But anyway, it's the red and black.
Wow.
Really nice. And this one, I'll get all this stuff here. Do it like that, and then the flap opens up, and it says here, this one is the leather case can hold 24 full-size pens. There is an inside divider right there, and with the soft velvet, which prevents scratching, and divider can be detached easily. So that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And then right there, then I have another one that I have in the living room that it's a 5-pin case. It holds A5 notebook in it, and it has 2 compartments where you can put, like, if you have any kind of like an iPhone earphones, those little pods they put in your ears, cases that holds that, and then of course cards and something else that holds. So pretty excited about that. And then got where'd they go? Yeah, we got a couple of these pin cases. They're really pretty, really nice, and these are made with the finest quality leather, and they're soft linings that will protect from scratching. Yeah, and on the back, they have a little place you can put a card in here if you want, right back here.
That's nice.
Yeah, they're really sweet. Now, all this stuff I will be showing will be all given away. So,
wow,
that's going to be cool.
That's a good question. Do any of you, most of you use pen cases like that? You just store your pens in them? Because I've got one 64 pen case, and I put my lower end pens in there that I'm not worried about the in and out and the scratching. Like Larry said, those are supposed to be less friction to cause less, some of the pen cases I've got have a kind of a canvas backing underneath, and I worry about pushing my expensive pens in there and pulling them out and the scratching. But I don't know about the rest of you. Do you all use pen cases a lot?
I've got a couple of pen cases, and during fire season, most of my collection lives in the pen cases in a box, because I've got my ones that I use daily, and those I have a little, this one, just a little bitty green leather, and that it holds 6, and that's what I use for, but the rest of the year, during the worst part of the year, I have 2 pen cases that's all they are. Right now, I'm getting to take them out and play with them again because it's not fire season anymore. So I've got 6 months where I get to play with my pens.
Awesome.
And yes, my friends think I am insane.
You're not crazy. You just got the wrong friends.
Well, actually, they're amused because I have literally taught 5 of my friends' kids to use fountain pens, and I gave them sharks, and I gave them cartridges rather than ink because their moms would have really hurt me. But I mean, literally for Christmas, I have been asked to gift the families with little boxes of cartridge ink for their teenagers and preteens who I taught to use a fountain pen. So I'm getting hopefully in like 10 years, these kids are going to still be using them. A couple of them are like, I want this pen. I'm like, no, I'm not spending $100 on a pen for you. Ask your parents. And they're like, yeah.
There you go. You are like, you and Troy and Larry are like Johnny Appleseed with pens. I mean, you kind of, put them here and there, and before you know it, there are going to be a lot more people using fountain pens because of that kind of stuff that you do. That's wonderful.
Like, a few years back, we had when we had the great big campfire, I worked one of the emergency centers, and nobody could keep pens, but nobody touched my pens because everybody saw them and they were like, what is that? And literally they were like, I picked this up, and just go take it back to her. She's over there. She'll tell you about it, and she'll get your paperwork filled out, and you give her back her pen because she'll hunt you down. And people have come back. It's like, where do I get one of these? And it's like, yeah, it works.
That's fabulous.
Couple of questions. Mike has his grandkids. He's been teaching how to make pens. Isn't that right, Mike?
Cool.
I have a couple of kids that are going to come by. I think it'll probably be next week now. We put it off a little bit, but I have a couple kits. In fact, that's why I did this last batch of kits, because they picked out some kits and some blanks. And so they're going to come over and turn some pens. It'll be a lot of fun.
Wow. That's wonderful.
Cool.
That's really
How
awesome.
long will it take you to make a pen, or them to make a pen?
Well, we won't be in any real hurry. I kind of cheated. These are kit pens, so you basically only turn one section. If you look at them, like here, if you look at like this pen here, I'll hold it up for a moment. This is a kit pen here. And oops, here we go. And so you basically turn just that one section here, and then you
Mhm.
assemble it. So I've already drilled and glued the section, the piece together. All they have to do is put it on the lathe and start turning. And I made a couple blanks for each of them in case they blow the first one up, you know, because when it's spinning, and if you aren't careful about how you use the cutter, if you do it wrong, bad things happen. It's spinning like at 2000 RPM, but it's actually not that hard. And so all they have to do while they're here is turn this pen and polish it and everything, and then we can assemble it. So I would say in a couple hours, we should be able to get their pens made.
Oh, very cool.
Awesome.
So we're all set to go.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Now, Troy, my man over here, is the man I go to when my stuff's broken or something. And he'll fix it like when I can't do it. He's a show off. So
I can try.
yeah, right. I didn't have everything that I needed to take it off, but it wouldn't come off. And this was one of my favorite pens with a gold nib. And so I sent it to Troy, and Troy sent it right back. It came right off.
Wow. Well, Troy, now that we know you can repair anything, we're just going to send it all to you.
Yeah, send it to Troy.
Lever fillers and some of the modern ones I can work on. There's some filling systems I'm just not that, I haven't learned yet, but I cut my teeth playing with lever fillers when I first bought one, when I first got into pens, and it wouldn't work because I had no idea that a lever filler had to have a sack that had to actually be pliable, and knew nothing about them. So I got it, wouldn't work. I started doing research, and I said, okay, so this is what I need to fix it. So I ordered it, and then I just ordered another one, played with it, ordered another one, played with it. And before I knew it, I'd done like dozens of Esterbrooks and Schaefer's and all kinds of brands. So now it's you think nothing of doing at least a lever filler nowadays. So
for me, I didn't want to get into that because of my age and my health problems. I had to buy all this stuff to, different bag sizes, and it's pretty easy to put a sack on, but you need this and that to do this and that. I wanted to stay away from that, so I did.
But it took a little bit of effort to get that one that you couldn't pull apart. It took a little bit of effort, but at least I had the tools to do it. So
really, it did. Okay.
10-minute warning.
10-minute warning.
Okay. Are there any modern pen makers still using the lever filling method? I know Conklin does that crescent filler.
Conway Stewart is still making
yes,
lever fillers.
I've seen a few Conway Stewarts in the past 10 years that have got a lever.
I've got one of them.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wasn't that the one you brought? Didn't you bring one day, Doc?
No, I don't think I brought that one.
Okay.
I know like Antique Digger has one for sale like right now on his website.
How much?
Geez, he's got two of them for sale. One is like $1,200 and the other one is like $600 or $800. But I can get you 10% off by using discount code Troy.
That's really nice.
That's a good thing to know.
Yes.
I bought a beautiful
friends with discount codes.
I bought a beautiful PFM5 from him recently.
I did too. Actually, it was just within the past couple of months I bought a PFM5 from him.
Well, real quick before we go, I want to mention before we go, again, we're going to be having Mike on a Wednesday, the 24th at 6:30, and Liz is going to be on, and Tony, you're going to be with me. This is a show you don't want to miss because a lot of things are going to be happening, things you don't know, things that you want to know, you want to get into, because it's going to be a lot of fun. And you know me, I'm unusual, right? And so I've got Mike to be unusual. He probably thinks this dude's really weird, but that's all okay. I can handle criticism, not. But anyway, so that's going to be a fun show. So hang with me and hang with Mike.
Well,
Tony,
Larry, we wouldn't have you any other way. You know that, don't you?
I wouldn't change for anybody, dude. Let me tell
No.
you, this is me. You know,
That's right.
not to, if you don't like it, see somebody else. You know, that's how I roll. You know?
Right. That's right. We know why Liz likes you, because I've always said, if you were one of the Muppets, you'd be Animal, because I could just picture you back on the drums.
That's
Oh,
funny.
Drummer.
goodness.
He was a drummer. I can imagine.
That's funny.
Tony, I'm going
That's
to show you
funny.
one of my pen cases that you were
Okay.
asking about.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my. And the other, of
Wow.
course, it does have that insert. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So that has all my lammies in it.
Wow.
But I keep them all in that.
But you don't keep your pelicans in that, right?
No.
Okay.
But I've seriously run out of room out of my one pen chest. I really need to invest in another one.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like pen chests. I've got a couple, and they only hold so many. So I do have pen cases holding some of my pens. So I'm not anti pen case, by the way. I do use them, and I I take them whenever I'm going to leave and take my pens. If I'm taking them out of the house, obviously you need to have a pen case, a good one. But yeah, but I rarely take the good ones out of the house, not too often.
Yeah, I don't either.
Florida is in hurricane season, and I have mine in a 100 pen case. And in the hurricane, if we have to evacuate, I grab the dogs and the pens.
And hit the road.
Mind you, there's
Priorities
people
there,
living
eh?
in the house, but it's people living in the house, but they have to take care of themselves. I
Yeah.
grab the dogs and the pens.
Dogs in the pens. I love it. I love it. I love it so
So
much.
I'm kind of, I've got my little roll that's
Oh,
got
wow.
my EDCs in it right now. So it's got multiple.
That's
Oh,
pretty.
that's really cool. I
Is
love
that
And my
pens.
holding
favorite venue is in
96,
here.
Tina?
Hmm?
Is that holding 96?
No, it's not holding 96. This one only is holding 9 right now.
9. I like
Did you
10.
make that, Tina?
But it rolls up and it goes in my purse and it's convenient
Wow,
and
that is nice.
is
Fountain
easy.
Pen Revolution makes a really good leather pen wrap, and it's very inexpensive. Really, I got some.
It's probably the funniest thing you'll ever see, but I have an insulated lunch bag that I won in a giveaway,
Mhm.
and inside this goes my various pouches that I've made and sleeves from the
Nice.
pants, pockets, and the bottoms that we've trimmed off when I've hemmed my kids' pants or they've
That's
outgrown
really
them,
cool.
and then just stitch them up, and then I can get pens in there. I have my cigar case that my husband gave me when we first met that comes out.
Yeah, Troy.
And so when I take it out at work, the guys think I'm getting cigars out. And I'm like, no, sorry, it's just my pens.
Don't try to smoke your Esterbrook.
Yeah, no. And then all the sleeves that I made. And then the pens go in there and then they all go in here.
That's awesome. That's cool, Tina. Hey, I did notice I'm excited about ink, even though I'm not buying any ink, but I am excited about this ink that's coming out from Robert Oster for the American cities. I don't know if you've seen that post.
Oh.
There's 6 cities he's picked out, and for the first wave.
Chicago is yours, Tina.
And my favorite's Kansas City. It's I can't believe he picked Kansas City as one of the cities, but
well, I'm
yeah.
still having a problem with Napa because Napa's not really a city.
Right.
You know.
Right. That's true.
It's more like a region.
Well,
but I'm not going to argue with Robert.
It is a town, but it's not a city.
Right.
Right. Oh, Oklahoma City is another one of the cities. Chicago, but yeah, that's just another. He'll have others for the rest of the cities, I'm sure. Fort Worth's got to be in there because Larry, we got to have Fort Worth.
Well, come think about it. I am going to speak with Oster about it this week. I'm going to ask him, why haven't you done anything for Fort Worth?
Yeah.
For real. I'm going to ask him.
Right.
happen.
There
Yep.
you go.
Do that.
But
Yep.
yeah, they have also those. If you've seen those inks from Tinta, it's a Spanish thing, and they've advertised it. It's called the one is something chipotle, and then the hot tamale. I don't know. Have you seen those inks that they were advertising? Yeah, I ordered. I don't need to order any more ink. I'm done.
Oh my God.
I'm done. No more pens. I'm not buying any more pens, and I'm done with ink. Okay.
We'll hold you to that.
Yeah.
That's
So
what we
anything you
all
buy, you
say.
have to share with give to the rest of us.
Yeah, I like
Got
that idea.
We've
Have
all
you- have
heard
you
that before.
Robert Oyster, candy red, I believe, or red candy, I believe.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
red. It is pretty.
I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna go pen shopping with Samantha, because this way she'll go in and pick out a pen and come back in the car. I'll go in and pick it up and I'll just keep it.
That is how it works.
I remember that
Those
story.
who don't know, that is what my partner did. I went into the store, bought a pen, showed it to him. He claimed it as his own. I had to go back into the store and I literally just bought the same pen.
Well, luckily, there was another one.
Yeah, mine
What pen
it
was
has
it?
like
We're
rose
dying
gold
to
in
know
it.
what pen it was.
Yeah, it's a Faber Castell Neo Slim. So mine has the rose gold accents, and then his is just the plain matte black version.
Ah.
But yeah, didn't plan on that. That was like twice as much, funny enough, as what I wanted to spend that day.
Bye.
And he bought me a
black.
slice of pizza as a treat.
Ah.
Yeah,
Good.
even.
Good.
Sure.
Did you,
Time's
Sam,
up,
did you go
everybody.
to
All
Vancouver
right,
Pen
folks,
Shop?
hey, thumbs up.
Well,
I've gotta
listen,
get
it's been great having you all.
my hot milk, my warm milk,
This-
and go to bed. All right, folks, we'll see you all soon. Mike,
Thanks
you
for
get
coming.
ready.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.